If you get financing for real estate from a private or hard money lending company, you are almost always going to pay an origination fee in addition to your interest payments. In this video, I'm going to explain what origination fees are and the typical amount charged by most lenders and mortgage brokers. I'm Butani, CEO of PrivateLenderLink.com, where investors and brokers can easily find direct, private, and hard money lending companies throughout the United States. If you're in the investment real estate business and want to gain insights into private mortgage lending, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified every time we release a new video. The origination fee in private or hard money mortgage lending is a percentage of the loan amount that the lender charges just for originating the loan. If a mortgage broker is involved in the deal, they too charge an origination fee as their compensation. The origination fee is a profit for the lender and the broker, and without it, they wouldn't be in business. Obviously, real estate investors would like to not pay any of these fees, but don't look at it as some evil thing that you have to avoid at all costs. It's just part of doing business with lenders. Origination fees are more commonly known as points. This is a term that lenders and brokers use in conversations and advertising. The term origination fee is a bit more formal. You really only see it on the term sheet or the loan documents or the settlement statement. And you don't really hear a lender saying, we charge an origination fee of 2.5% of the loan amount. Instead, lenders typically say we charge 2.5 points. In commercial real estate deals, they use the term basis points. So you may hear a lender say we charge 250 basis points or 250 bips for short. It's the same thing as 2.5 points. For the rest of this video, I'm going to say the word origination fee, and I'm also going to say points. Just remember, it's the same thing. So what are the typical origination fees charged by most private and hard money lending companies? In general, it ranges from 1 to 4 points. And this can vary based on a number of factors, including the loan amount, the loan type, the borrower's financial situation, and which part of the country the property is located in. The majority of lenders charge between 2 and 3 points. You could find a lender that charges 1 or 1.5 points, but it's a bit rare. To get anything under 2 points from a private lending company, it has to either be a really large deal, let's say over $2 million, or it'd have to be a deal where a mortgage broker is working with the lender and the lender's willing to reduce their points or offer wholesale pricing. On the high end of the spectrum, you may find some lenders out there that charge 4 or 5 points as a standard for almost all the loans that they fund. This could be because all of their loans carry a higher risk profile that most other lenders are not willing to take on. And by that I mean loans like ground-up construction, land development, agricultural properties, or second mortgages. If there's not a lot of competition out there for the type of loan you're seeking, you're likely to pay high origination fees. First of all, because it's a riskier loan, but also the lender's going to charge more points because they can. I've heard of lenders charging 10 points on a loan, but that's really only for small loan amounts. I'll give you an example. Let's say a lender's average loan amount is $200,000, and on most deals they charge 2 points. That amounts to $4,000, which is really their profit on that deal. Then you come along and request a little loan of $30,000. And they don't typically do loans that small, but they'd consider it. But if they were only to charge 2 points on that $30,000 loan, that amounts to $600 in profit for them, for the same amount of work, or maybe even more than for most of the other loans that they fund. So in order for them to make it worth their while, they have to charge more points. So on that $30,000 loan, 10 points amounts to $3,000. And in that case, it may be worth it for the lender. And speaking of small loan amounts, there are not that many private lending companies out there that are willing to fund loans less than $50,000. We have a small handful of them on our website that may go down to $20,000 to $25,000, so it's very rare. The majority of the lenders in our network have a minimum loan amount of $100,000, and for commercial real estate, it's typically $250,000. There is so much detail I can go into about all the different fees that lenders charge and the different ways that they structure their fees, and I will make additional videos to cover all that. However, for this video, I want to make one point about fee structures. The lender that charges the lowest points is not necessarily going to be the cheapest lender. You really have to review all the fees that lenders charge in addition to origination fees. So it's not good enough to just get a soft quote over the phone where the lender says, I'm going to charge 10% and 2 points. That's not good enough. You need to get term sheet in writing or a soft quote in writing that lists all the different fees you're going to pay, the in-house fees to the lender and also the third-party fees such as appraisal, or other closing costs. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to get a loan of $200,000 and you get quotes from two lenders. Lender A is quoting 2 points, but they also charge a $1,000 processing fee, a $500 underwriting fee, and a $500 loan docs fee. That amounts to $6,000 in fees to the lender. Then you get a quote from lender B, and they're quoting 3 points, but no other additional fees. They don't charge for processing, underwriting, or docs. It's just 3 points. That also amounts to $6,000. So it's the same thing. So the point I'm trying to make is don't just write off a lender that charges more points than other lenders. You really have to dig deeper and learn about all the different fees that the lender charges. What about mortgage brokers? If a mortgage broker is involved in the deal representing the borrower, they too charge an origination fee. And just with the lenders, their fee will vary based on the loan amount as well. But in general, for most of the private and hard money loans, I've seen brokers charging 1 or 2 points. The mortgage broker's origination fee may also depend on what the lender's charging. If the lender's charging 2 points, then the mortgage broker's likely not going to be able to charge more than 2 points for themselves. Most lenders won't allow a mortgage broker to charge more than what they charge. It has to be the same or less. I've even seen some lenders put a cap on the total number of points that they'll allow any borrower to pay on any of their loans. And in that case, the lender may have to be flexible with their points to accommodate the mortgage broker and make sure they're fairly compensated. There are some cases where a mortgage broker will charge 1, 2, or 3 points, and the lender doesn't charge any points at all. This is most likely going to be a situation where the lender is a wealthy individual investor or a family office investment firm that doesn't participate in the origination of the loan. Maybe they're not qualified to, or they're not permitted by state law to receive an origination fee. They're just the investor. They're just putting the money into escrow or into closing to fund the loan. They get the interest payments. The broker or loan originator gets the origination fee. If you're looking for a private or hard money lender, use our website privatelenderlink.com as a resource. There's no fee to search and no registration required. You'll find that all the lenders' profiles have a lot of details, including the fees they charge. All the lenders that show up in the first page of the search results, we require all of them to state their minimum and maximum origination fee. And you'll find that in their lender card and the search results. You'll also find it at the top of their lending guidelines page. And if you go down to the bottom of the lending guidelines page, you'll see a section where you'll find all their other fees that they charge. Now, they're not required to state the amount of all those fees because it could vary, but they should at least put in the type of fee that they would charge in addition to origination. If you found this video to be helpful, please click the like button below and be sure to check out our other videos about private and hard money lending. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.